Loading time. There we go. Last time was June.
You don't have
July
to play
11th.
games because they won't load at all.
That's the thing, Bird. We play games precisely because we don't have to.
Ask not what your video games can do for you. Alright. We choose to play video games not because they're easy, but because they're gay, furry visual novels.
That is a pretty good incentive. Asking what your video games can do for you is how you get the thought process where they're like, you need an ROI on your video gaming via the NFTs. You're like, no one's playing to earn. What the fuck? Even if you had the opportunity to earn by playing video games, you're inherently like creating the incentive then to try to earn, which means you're now have a profit incentive in your gaming, which means it's never fun anymore because now you're like gonna start whatever it is. It's now a grind. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite thing.
No,
it's a metaphor for let's plays.
Yeah, if you want to pay to earn, then what you do is you get really good at Valorant.
Ew.
And have fucking fun with that.
No one should ever play Valorant.
Well, I know what I'm voting for tomorrow.
Sure. I'll take you with me.
Yeah.
Take you down with me. I have like footage from like back in like March of playing it again with Jericho, and I don't think I accomplished a single thing for 2 hours.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if the Counter-Strike fundamentals aren't there, then like you just die instantly. Yeah, like every 10 seconds.
Like I feel like as much as Overwatch feels rough to try to figure out how to learn from scratch because of how much there is going on in it, Valorant is just you playing for 5 seconds at a time and then watching the rest of your team do the rest of the match for the next minute or two, and then being like,
the mechanical skill required with Valorant is just
because every fight
ridiculous.
Ends the moment someone sees anyone, basically.
Yeah,
except for you, because as the new player you don't have that power, so you just see people first, then shoot them, and then they kill you anyway. So you lose regardless of who spots anyone first. It's just usually they spot you first, so you die before you even know what was happening.
Yeah.
And Fortnite and PUBG are like that, except it takes 10 minutes to die instantly to the first person who sees you.
Yeah, that's why I hate those games.
Yeah, but you do get to relax and like chat.
I mean,
do dance emojis at each other.
Sulk. And
I just say like between the two of them, Valorant's it goes a little too fast, so it's sweaty. Whereas
I get you.
Something like Fortnite is so slow paced that you just start podcasting. And like, I guess I died.
That's true. That's true.
Anyway, back to being a funny puppy. And now this game. I strut into the VIP area with all the bravado I can muster, Raoul following closely behind, right? We just pretended to be local foreign princes.
Right.
To get past it does just say bondage across the entire back. I don't think I even saw that.
Does. That's
before.
Awesome.
I guess it is a bondage themed fashion show thing. We're very close to the catwalk now. No sign of Cameo yet. He doesn't know his name. He canonically, in universe, still doesn't know the name of the character we're going after. So I do spot some folks who obviously have more money to spend than I do, to put it lightly. Those must be the big fashion designers and their entourages. The French. Lou would be able to pick up these guys, out of a crowd, but they look the same to me.
I have to say, I haven't done such a nuanced voice in a little while. I need to warm up my vocal cords. I have to say, I don't feel right about lying.
Gotta gravel your way back down to Greg mode.
Oh wow, reference.
You were the one who said we should pretend to be a part of the show.
I know. Doesn't mean I can't feel bad about it afterwards.
I doubt our charm and good looks alone would have gotten us in. I don't know.
Yeah,
believe.
that's fine.
Though we clearly did get our fair share of compliments from some of the other guests.
Still, a hero should uphold the virtues of truth and justice. Whoa.
He's very startling. I agree with
emerges.
Hound. Ah! My heart nearly jumps into my chest as I turn around to face Milo, who ironically can't not see me back. Or can he?
Nah.
And how does he always catch me by surprise? I haven't witnessed this kind of stealth since my childhood days of slinking into the kitchen to pilfer snacks at night. Why do you guys always sneak up on me? The crow doesn't even acknowledge my outburst. White lies are sometimes necessary to uphold cover, correct?
If you put it that way.
It's for a good cause, Dawn Hound. Milo, when's the show starting? He checks his wrist. When he remembers he's not wearing a watch, or any clothes at all, in fact, he sighs. Do not know exact time, should be any minute now, though.
I'm willing to bet he'll try to use it as a distraction to enact his scheme. We should be at the ready.
I think I just caught up with the fact that Milo's wearing a tuxedo thong.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever it is. Or whatever.
His obliques are covered up with the collar of a tuxedo thong, I guess.
The last couple of words that leave his mouth are drowned out by the music blaring over the speakers next to the stage. Let's see, do I have a cup? Ugh. I have a second mug. Ladies and gentlemen, technically isn't what it said. Everyone outside the binary and in between. Are you ready to rumble?
No. Copyright. No.
They can't get me. No one can stop me. I'm mad with power.
I'll report you.
It's on like Donkey Kong. Come at me, Nintendo, with all of your might. Step on me, lawyer daddy. The crowd roars. Welcome, one and all, to the Bonds Through Bondage event, where... It's the first Strand type game. Raoul checks his tracker. I take a peek over his shoulder.
He's very close.
Unfortunately, the crowd's gotten a bit thicker, with all manner of folks, including the Okapi from earlier, gathering near the catwalk. Almost all of them are carrying large, weird bags. I don't know how I'm going to find Kaboom. Where's the Kaboom? Instantly don't remember who was which moth anymore.
Then come on, showtime.
I'm grabbed from behind. When I turn my head, I see it's the butterfly from earlier. The one with the gate. The one at the gate. The JoJo's buddy, butterfly.
Yeah.
Wait, but I...
Hey, you're a model, right? Come on, the show's about to start. The Pain in Purple collection's up first. Incidentally, you're the only person in the Pain in Purple collection.
You're the only person in purple, so get ready for pain. He pushes me up to the edge of the catwalk through the crowd. The models have already started walking, and I see the butterfly count down before it gives a prod and urges me to climb up. Left with no other option and no help from Raoul or Milo, I do. Oh no. Attention. I feel my cheeks and body burn under all these spotlights. I feel like you didn't have to specify when the second one was the whole body. Hundreds, if not thousands of eyes drilled into me. Just as many cameras pointing right at me. I look around the crowd at the VIP section. I spot Raoul and Milo immediately.
Give him a hell spot.
It's the exact costume you designed. This is his fantasy now. Easy for you to say, you're not the one having to do this. I notice one person standing at the very edge of the VIP crowd. He blends in with the environment, and when he spots me, he seems to almost dive out of my line of sight. I stop in my tracks. There's no doubt about it. It's kablooey.
Wow, it's not that hard, dude.
He's bad at remembering names. It's like they've ever talked.
Oh wow, he's just like me.
This was an excellent disguise for this party and a very bad disguise for the one person you're trying to catch who exclusively has seen you dressed like this. The model behind me, a tall, handsome rabbit, walks right into me. A nearby marten and fish stop in their tracks as well. The rabbit behind us almost looks like Resident Evil 4 Leon wearing a harness.
Yeah, kinda. I see that. I could think, dude. What are you doing, kid? Come on, keep walking.
I'm a rabbit, so I'm flighty.
Yeah.
That's him! Ignore my hand on your chest. Unrelated. I point at the chameleon. That... I know who that artist is. In the mouth gag.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's Diluca.
Oh.
I know that artist exactly, yeah. And now I'm like, which one of these are also characters that I would recognize? Milu and Raul noticed too. Look at the cheeks out.
Nice.
Goddamn. I think... I actually don't remember if Delica works on some of the CGs in this game or not.
What are CGs?
They're called... It stands for computer graphics, I think, but it just means like the not sprites and backgrounds like this.
I see.
I'm not trying to remember. Don't go mad at me for misremembering things. I think that they might have done the comic panels from the first part of the game, the very first things we see. I don't remember. Things are hard. No one should trust me ever as a primary source. Clear the way. That man's a thief. Hey, we're catching up with the... Oh, no, we're not.
I voiced this guy, but I don't remember at all what they sounded like.
Patrick Warburton.
Oh, so then I said, I ain't monkeying around. Oh man, I'd have loved to see the look on his face after. It was priceless. What you watching over there, Willem?
There's this fashion show going on at the new convention center. Thought I'd tune in.
Ladies, gentlemen, everyone outside the binary and in between, are you ready to rumble?
No.
Continuity, you can't take it from me, it's real.
It's supposed to be the same moment.
Oh, it looks like we're just in time for the show to start.
This is one of them drag shows. Oh, sorry. That was like Lou and Bernard. Wow, they fucking combined in my mind. Lou, you seem to have mind shifted with me for a second there.
We were Tokyo drifting.
Is this one of them drag shows I've heard you talking about?
Not quite. I know... The what? I don't know what's the best way to put it. Lou? I don't know.
Think of it as a costume show themed more towards, well, you'll see.
The what means like it means I can't tell if he's currently doing the practiced voice or not.
That's true.
I'm like, wait, I don't know.
That's true.
Looks like the models are lining up on the stage.
Oh.
This show's all about lots of different kinds of bondage gear.
I never imagined you could wear harnesses like that.
And they certainly ain't wearing much else underneath.
Not unlike half the people in here tonight.
Yeah, if you think about it, it's really just...
Hold the phone. That guy with the spots looks familiar.
Boy, Is that Al up there?
Doing your best. Southern Cockney.
Oi!
Oh no! Alex is up there.
Should've just done we.
It could be anyone.
Clear the way. That man's a thief.
Anyone.
Doing a dumb Batman voice.
Dear
God.
Lord, it is him.
The eyes.
What's he do? Hold on. Is that Ray from earlier over there?
These are terrible disguises.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you know what's going on?
I promise not to.
That's already an answer. Uh-huh.
Fine. So apparently it started with.
The crowd in the VIP section parts with a cacophony of gasps and yells. It's absolute chaos. A perfect opportunity to give chase. Also, I took the moment to research while multitasking, and they're credited for both sprites and CGs. There.
Okay.
I'm right about something, at least. A perfect opportunity to give chase. I jump off the catwalk. This was to no one's benefit. It's just me, being an IMDb person. I can't see him. Where'd he go?
Wrecker says he went that way.
The backstage area. Mila, where does that lead?
That's you.
It is me. I zoned out. I just stared at the text like, here it comes, out of his mouth any second now. It leads to stairwell. He is most likely trying to escape from roof.
Not if we can help it.
As we run up to it, the door to the backstage area opens, then closes, clicking shut all on its own. I can only just stop myself from slamming into it. Did you just see that? This isn't an automatic door, is it?
It's like he turned invisible. Incredible. I've never seen anything like that in my life. It's like the Stinger issue 56, Revenge of the Invisible Iguana Man.
Wow. If I recall correctly, the Stinger ended up losing that fight. Let's hope we don't end up following his example. I don't suppose there's another set of stairs we could take.
That'd cost us what precious little time we have. And we have none to lose as is. That probably sounded better in his head. Just like, anyway. Stand back.
Before I can protest, he lifts his leg and stomps the door. Something cracks, and the door slips open again. I wonder if we'll get through a mission without Raoul smashing something. Never. My money's on no. Are these references? I don't know.
I don't know what they are either. One of them kind of looks like a Sailor Moon. No, I don't think these are references.
I have no idea.
Unless they're like some anime thing.
There is infinite anime.
Yeah.
Like you know the Genshin Impact?
Yeah, I believe I've heard of the most popular video game ever made.
That company already has like 2 more newer games. That's how much like anime shit there is everywhere all the time. There's a fucking Honkai Rail and Zenless Zone Zero, which I'm probably gonna record a let's try of the moment we're done today.
That's on MiHoYo?
Yeah.
I thought Genshin Impact was made by a different companies. Oh yeah, it's MiHoYo.
Yeah, it's all the same
Honkai
fucking company. That's why I'm like, what?
Honkai Star Rail
like,
is also MiHoYo. Wow, what do you know?
I look at that, I'm like, isn't Genshin still new? What the fuck? How many people work there?
If I remember right, Honkai Star Rail made like $30 million in its first month or something extraordinary.
So much of my friends list on Discord is just continually playing one of those 3 games.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
What I always see. It's bizarre to me. I hear someone yell as equipment clatters to the floor in front of us. Ah! Camus flickers into view, having seemingly almost tripped over a mannequin.
What's his name? Camo? Samurai Camlu.
His name probably is Camo. Cause it's a joke. I'm just catching up with the joke.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he's camouflaged.
Yes, that's correct. And then the French is okay. Anyway. I don't like to shame people.
I don't have to always guess everything's a joke. Sometimes people just have names. So he was invisible. Long time no see, Kablooey. You like this bit I'm doing? Camo. It's Camo. Yeah, what do you think you're doing here?
We want the money talks gown back, you long-tongued scoundrel. Dude,
rude.
You can't say that.
Species features.
Wow. Oh.
I'm afraid I can't do that. I have great plans for it, you see. I don't see what kind of fashion statement you're trying to make. You're nothing but a common crook.
An unremarkable thug who thinks himself a mastermind.
A nudist.
Tongue didn't do the letters, but we got through it in the end.
The chameleon's big eyes grow even bigger. Then he squints. Largely squinting.
He squints with his big eyes.
Common.
Anyway.
Unremarkable. Seems to have struck a nerve. You sniveling hounds have no idea about the hardships I've faced. My tragic backstory, to be explored in issues 3, 4, and 5. Unremarkable, you say? Unremarkable! Try invisible, to not be seen or recognized by those around you. It's, is this a low self-esteem issue, or...?
Funny. Low self-esteem doesn't give you the right to go and take things that aren't yours.
I was not speaking metaphorically, you absolute incompetent ignoramus.
Damn.
Chameleon seems to shimmer for a second before starting to fade. Wait, he's gone?
Yes, it turns out that he can be invisible, Alex.
Alex's combat stance face is super goofy.
It's weirdly misshapen.
He looks like
swollen.
Yeah, I was gonna say he looks a little like he got stung by a bee.
Yeah.
The boss and I look around frantically.
Where?
This ability. This curse. Whoa, that's coming from behind us. I have my grappling hook at the sound reflexively. How did he... All my life, all I've ever done was blend in. It comes rather naturally to us chameleons, as I'm sure even someone as witless as you knows. Not even dear mother and father seemed to see me. They were always too occupied running their company, only ever talking to me when I was ruining their perfect image. They weren't even present when I took my first steps. On my first day of school, they left me standing in the pouring rain.
Turns out Camo's last name is Musk.
I had all the money I could ever need. All the toys.
What do you know?
I was a 21st century digital boy. But I needed family, and I had none.
Jesus.
My father was a white middle-class intellectual. My mother on Valium. So ineffectual. The voice quiets down. So I took up sewing in my free time. Perhaps hoping that if I made something pretty enough, that if I accomplished enough, they would finally see me. I forgot I could change colors. That would have helped. That anyone would. Then, one day, it happened. I was at school, Christmas gala. The apple, not the show. Determined to show off my best work in front of my entire class. I had spent weeks on that outfit. I was ready. I stepped out onto the podium when I was struck by sudden nausea. Perhaps it was the bright lights. Perhaps that night's caviar had not agreed with me. You had high school caviar?
He did say that he had all the money he could ever want.
It's comical.
Yeah.
My ears were ringing, but I could make out the cries of, "Where did he go? What's happening?" And lo and behold, when I opened my eyes, I discovered I could no longer see my eyelids. Ew, ew, ew. I don't like that part.
That's not great.
Or my hands. Even the clothes I had spent such a long time making had vanished. This accursed gift awoke at the worst possible time. It's also like the first confirmed case of a superpower in this entire game so far. Could you imagine?
Owning a grappling hook
Invisible.
is a superpower.
Economically. Doesn't escape you the Musk arsenal very well, like when he made a flamethrower. Invisible. Someone as glorious as myself. I stayed like that for 2 whole days, unable to see myself even in a mirror. Our family doctor didn't know what to do with me. Hospitals ran tests, but found nothing. You think that at this point by now...
Is he the first fucking chameleon?
Apparently chameleons don't actually turn invisible. That was just a semi-related trait. He went full invisible. Oh,
that's a good point. I forgot that chameleons don't turn invisible.
I'm impressed that Raoul hasn't, like, just gotten a lucky punch by now. As he just is presumably walking in circles around us or something. Talking for like 5 minutes. To this day, I do not know how or why it happened. But father, mother, they called me sick. They called me a freak, a disgrace to the family name.
Whoa.
I had never gotten their attention before, but for this, they disowned me. I was destitute, left to fend for myself, with nothing to my name but our smallest mansion, its staff, and a paltry 500,000 euros. I'm a self-made man, you see.
You call that paltry?
Surprise Raoul
Glass
saying
houses,
that.
Raoul. Yeah.
Surprise Raoul
this...
said that instead of Alex.
Yeah. Isn't Raoul from like a prince family or some shit? It was established early on. Aside from the fact that he like owns the entire town.
Yeah, I don't actually remember what his backstory was. I remember him lying about being a prince 5 minutes ago.
True.
I do. Obviously, I was desperate. I had to take what I could. Consequences be damned. This is it's his tragic backstory for why he's a thief, because he was starving and destitute with 500,000 euros. A plebeian such as yourself wouldn't understand.
Make your point already. Was this when you decided to take the stealing from stealing from the innocent?
So impatient. Believe me, I tried to make an honest living. I went to the greatest fashion houses in Europa, talked to the greatest minds in fashion history, asking, nay, begging for the tiniest sliver of recognition. Notice me, senpai. I showed them my finest works, bared my soul to them. I thought I had finally met kindred spirits, but it did not last. The designs I had spent countless hours poring over were stolen, put on display without so much as even a mention or a footnote in the magazines. When I spoke up, they only silenced me, smeared me. I was at my wit's end. And so, to put it in terms even you simpletons can understand, I figured that if the universe deemed it necessary to curse me, I might as well make use of it. It took some time, but I eventually learned to control my new ability. The nausea became tolerable. I still loathe to use it, but being invisible has its perks. I can slip into an establishment unseen, take what I need, and someone more visible than I can take the fall with no one getting any the wiser. My faithful helpers are my kindred spirits now. So you're not working alone. You can't very well expect me to partake in great heists on my own. Why, I might break a nail.
Yeah.
There will always be people as hungry for money and recognition as I am, eager to help me attain my goals. Our mutual friend Ahab was one of them. A remarkably stupid one. He never had a vision as grand as I did. And what would that be? To turn only the most beautiful things into fashion items that will make me a star. I will be seen, metaphorically or otherwise. The world will know the name Camo. And you had best not and you had best not forget it either. Again.
I bet that's what this is setting up to. Is like Alex keeps forgetting his name and he just gets too raged.
It's all setting up to the fucking cold open. Where even Raul's like, seriously? You forgot?
Oh, true. The world will know you for the fraud and thief you truly are.
See? The only ones here that know what I've done are you two. And I don't intend to leave you alive much longer than I can help it.
Try us. You'll find we're hard to kill.
I'm definitely not. I would, but this is not my arena French. This is not my arena of choice. If you want the gown, or what's left of it, you'll have to find me further in. What's left of it? I had to rid myself of some dead weight carrying it in here. The fake euro bills had to go.
You took it apart?
Yes, now it's just the Tox gown. Wait, those are fake bills? Most of the money Tox gown value lies in its diamond-encrusted bodice. I need the diamonds, not some artist's vague political statement on capitalism. Would you believe they painted "Eat the Rich" on the back? Tax the rich, damn it, wrong quote. So why'd you come here? To add something else to your collection? Me? Stealing from here? Heavens no, I just came here to have a good time. My entourage already took care of the stealing. How? This place was under lock and key. Who do you think owns said lock and key, my dearest Dalmatian? Who do you think organized this event to begin with? You didn't. Oh, I absolutely did. It took years of planning, but once I'd set the thing up, called the right people, it was like taking candy from a baby. Or, like, taking the money talks gown from Ahab. A giant baby. What's there to steal at a fashion event you're running? Why would you even host one in the first place? Still haven't caught on, I see. Well, I've got another hour. I wouldn't deign to painstakingly track down everyone who wronged me when instead... A dark chuckle echoes through the room. I can just make them come to me. I can breathe in all the fame and adoration that has been withheld from me for so long. You missed me. He appears inches from my face. Before I can nab him, he's gone again, reappearing by the door seconds later. While my associates take all the things they can get their hands on from all the designers collaborating on the show, and all the guests. Wallets, jewels, gowns, priceless fashion artifacts, 1,000 jockstraps. Not to mention that ticket sales are making me a pretty penny as well. He shrugs his shoulders, shaking his head dramatically, a movement I get the impression he's rehearsed in front of a mirror. Market something as the most exclusive event of the year and people will come running, it seems. He scoffs. Not a single one even remembered my face tonight. But that's all right. They will, soon enough. Everyone who once ignored me, the public, the other designers, they'll rue the day I will leave them with nothing. They're gonna find you duped of. You're gonna blah blah. They're gonna find you duped them eventually. My involvement is a secret that will die with you. By the time the dust settles, I'll be far away from Batavia, making fashion history. Now, I'm afraid I must be taking my leave. My flight's about to depart, you see. Toodles. Awkward escape if they delay it. Caboose, get back here. Hey, flashback.
Oh.
We're back to left turn to toilet. It's been like 2 months. It's satisfying to go full circle.
Mm-hmm.
This is an escape route, but only for wolves. Why is the emergency escape direction up?
It's because if the building is on fire, heat rises. It's like, if you're... like, if you have wings, then you can fly and the heat will be like a thermal.
Yeah. So the sign is a wolf.
Well, so...
Go here to be evacuated by bird people. Your bird co-workers. Please secure your wolf's mask before you secure your own.
Yeah, I really don't understand what this sign is meant to symbolize, like, whatsoever. Because even if we don't read it as an emergency sign, then what is it saying? Just up, next to the stairs that go up. It's like, you walk by it, you're like, what the fuck do I do with this? I've never seen these weird little terraces before.
Otherwise, it reads as like reads like an invitation, like, please run on the stairs.
That's the only way to activate them.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought I was looking at a flat screen, but that's like a service panel. I was like, why is there a service panel just, why is there just a flat screen just here of all places? Seems like bad for traffic.
No.
But it's got little bolts.
Yeah.
That's how we ended up running up these never-ending stairs with Falcor. And boy, does this make me regret skipping out on cardio these past many years. My glutes already weren't doing so hot after last night's activities, but butt stuff. Yeah. You thought he was tired before in the cold open, but now we have the narrative context that he was hollowed out. This is torture. I tapped my earpiece. Milo. Yes? Are we almost there? No. Fuck. What about... I made my... No. Oh, God. Alright.
What?
I made myself lightheaded.
Oh, from like the hyperventilating?
Yeah,
Nice.
I acted too good. But I just did it for real. What about... What about halfway there? Not quite. I take a second to breathe, Raoul running up ahead of me.
Come on, Spot. It's only a couple dozen floors.
It's already 3 dozen floors! The boss's excitement is unfortunately not contagious. In fact, I'm sure I'll pass out if I try to climb up even one more floor. Actually, can we just skip this?
Skip what?
These blasted stairs. This is technically still my flashback, so why don't we just fast forward a bit? My legs could use some mercy.
I don't understand what you're getting at. Flashback? What do you mean flash?
I snap my fingers.
The fuck is this narrative all of a sudden? I get what they're doing. It's just very goofy.
It's the same moment.
Oh!
They did start the flashback with a fourth wall break.
That's true.
So now they're doing the extended joke that's riffing even harder on Camo having... The Camo just did a long backstory thing, but technically this entire game was a flashback that where they broke the fourth wall to start it in the first place. So they're implying that this entire flashback happened in real time. Well, not in real time. They weren't here for a week.
Yeah.
Very goofy. We're back here again. Remember?
Oh.
Whoa.
Barely.
With the ninjas. And so we are, once again, standing face to face with the target.
Well. There you are, you treacherous snake. You won't get away this time.
I have to admit, I'm surprised you'd be foolish enough to follow me all the way up here. Of course, judging by your fashion sense, making bad choices seems to come rather naturally to you.
Might take 1 point of morale damage.
That's enough to
Give it
kill
up,
you in
villain.
Disco Elysium.
Yeah.
It was enough to-
Yeah.
It was enough to kill me anyway.
Yeah, I skated through that entire game with like 1 or 2.
I started that
either
playthrough.
health.
I started that playthrough with a 1-1 build.
Oh god. Give it up, villain. You've nowhere left to run.
All right, this is the moment Milo's been training me for. I assume the position, Uwu. Shoulder straight, arm outstretched, finger pointing at the culprit, just like they do in the movies. The movie Phoenix Wright. Hand over those diamonds right now. What was your name again? Little facepalm. You cannot possibly be serious. You spent all this time prattling on about what led you here, and you still can't remember. Listen, it's hard to talk with a tongue piercing. Look, it even says my name on the screen right now.
Okay. We've done enough.
Right
All
down there.
Okay, writers.
No, we're doing it. Screen. What screen?
Oh, what? Is he fourth wall breaking your fourth wall? Is it too much?
There's something stressful about looking... There's just something like upsetting about seeing what looks like a dog with a stress headache. It's like an upsetting
imagine
visual.
stressing out a dog to the point where it gets a migraine. The things that are biologically designed to be carefree. Anyway, just summon your little friends and let's get this over with.
All right, fine. Minions, rise! Oh, now the butterflies make more sense because they all work here. I forgot that they were butterflies.
Oh yeah.
So now we're like, oh, all the butterfly sprites we just saw are the minions of camo. Whoops.
Oh yeah. Yes, I forgot that.
Sure enough, there's the butterflies with swords. I recognize a couple of them as the waiters from the show. No! Is that long enough?
Whoa. Yeah.
And that's how it all started. As for how it's going, well...
To action!
The butterflies dive at us one by one in perfect formation. I don't know which formation, but they seem confident about it. I realized right away that these henchmen are in a different league compared to Ahab's bumbling crew. They're coordinated, not a single movement wasted. And their swords are absolutely massive. One hit from those and I'm toast. Or finely sliced ham. Dog ham. A ham from
bacon.
dogs.
Form up, back to back. Don't let them catch you from behind.
Dawn Hound, sir? Plan?
Divide and conquer.
Divide? I can't even take on one of these guys. Where did he even find them?
I know you can, Spot. Now, dive!
He runs away from my location, and so, staring up at the point of a sharp sword coming straight at me, I dive the other way. Woo! Woo! The first butterfly misses me by a hair, crashing into the metal door that leads to the stairwell. That's gotta hurt. So many butterflies! The second one does turn in time to chase me down.
It's using its own leash as a whip. That sounds like a very, very bad idea.
Or a lasso, maybe?
I don't know. I can't really think of anything worse to do.
I'm a little terrified
Weapon-wise.
I'm a little terrified of the gay JRPG butterflies with swords.
Yeah, I do like that this one appears to have its spy hander, though.
It has two spy handers
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool.
for its 4 arms. The spy hander. It might be the fabled fear hander. Now it makes sense that all the if I remembered correctly from the brief intro, it would have made more sense that all the bouncers had swords earlier. Oh, right, supervillains. He's hot on my heels. I attempt to run, but my legs are about to give way. This is so much art. There's barely any feeling left in them. Thanks, Ahab. Thanks, stairs. Ah!
The barbarian shout.
The bestial yelp. What a weird word. Strange word.
Yeah,
It's like yelp, I think? I don't know. I lose my footing and crash to the ground, arms scraped up by the gravel. No! My god, boo-boo. Time out, time out. The tip of the sword is inches from my face, just as I expected to be impaled.
Halt!
That works. I hear the zip of a grappling hook before I see Raoul's foot hit the butterfly's face hard in the slide. I'm so amused that became their default way of fighting, is just a grappling hook and then launch at people like an assist from Marvel vs. Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
I guess not an assist, it's when you switch. The sword falls on the ground, butterfly follows.
I think it's about time for you to fly the coop.
Raoul, they're butterflies.
Oh, I'll have what she's having.
Oh, there's another line. Okay, I thought I was done.
No, that doesn't sound right. I'll have to workshop some more one-liners when we get back to base.
He pulls me up.
What?
Thank you. That was amazing.
Don't celebrate yet, Dusk Hound. We still have to take care of the rest.
The chameleon chuckles. Don't think for a second this is going to be easy, you sniveling mutts. He snaps his fingers and the 4 remaining butterflies change formation. And they look like they mean business. The boss and I stand back to back as they circle us slowly, swords pointed right at us. End them, my minions! They start closing in on us. I feel like I have seconds left to live. Which is how I felt since the beginning, basically. So, any bright ideas? They've got us surrounded. All these new angles. He's scruffy looking in this one.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like a ballerina anime dash in the background. Just a butterfly just by.
Huh. We have them right where we want them.
Huh? I know I'm new at this, but I don't see how.
Follow my lead.
Can't even finish my thought as Raoul takes my hand and starts spinning us in place faster and faster. The henchmen move in, ready to strike. What are we doing?
On the count of 3, jump!
Wait, what?
1, 2, 3.
3. Before I can process what's happening, my feet leave the ground, and I think I know what Raoul is thinking. My heart is beating like crazy. Everything feels like it's moving in slow motion, which is convenient because I'm moving very fast. Okay, focus, Alex. I zero in on the butterflies moving towards us.
Speed. You know, how the faster you go, the faster time goes, but the opposite.
It's like redshifting, except you're feeling your brain lean inside your skull.
Oh.
As it being swung with terrifying speed, I take aim and ready for a kick. That's a hell of a shot to pull off.
Nice.
That's absolutely wild to have to draw.
Well, I mean,
It looks like
good at things.
It looks like a shot from Redline. Is it called Redline? I think it's called Redline. The Studio Trigger racing movie. It's a lot.
Oh.
It's
I'll take your word for it.
It's just like it's just an anime movie that doesn't stop momentum, basically, and it's just got a lot of like distorted and loose animation and stuff that's like that conveys like all the kind of speed and flow.
Dawn Tornado! Or no, Dawn Tornado!
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. There were no survivors. There were 17 casualties. Just spinning axe kicked through the neck, heads flying. Somehow I managed to avoid throwing up and avoid getting skewered by our enemy's blades. That is like the least reasonable method to fight a bunch of people that all have swords drawn, is to swing somebody at them. All of them.
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre.
Like, now that you're inside, we're inside the Iron Maiden, right where we want it. Just start writhing around. We'll show it who's boss. I managed to hit 3 of them back to back, knocking them flat on their asses. The 4th one just barely manages to duck in time.
Yes, the ass of the butterfly.
Yes. The tastiest part. Raoul slows down his spin, and my feet touch solid ground once more. I'm still in a daze, but the Rottweiler doesn't miss a beat and uses the leftover momentum to wind up for a finishing blow.
And lights out!
He says it right as he lands a massive clothesline, sending the final henchman flying into a nearby wall. Or at least I think that's what happens. My world's still topsy-turvy. All I hear is a deafening crash and the sound of metal laying on gravel.
Oh, this is way better than a fashion show.
Oh, sorry, microphone.
Now all that's left is the final boss.
triumphant Raoul. Slightly new crotch shape.
Yeah, it's a little. It looks like an emblem. Like it looks like a cow skull. Like if you incorporate the folds, it's a cow skull.
Like those the horns.
You see it? Yeah, you got the horns.
It's like cloud gazing, but it's men's bulges. It's like it's a whole from the makers of GeoGuessr.
Guess the penis.
I slowly come back to my senses. Right.
You wouldn't want to play Penis Guesser? It's just a bunch of porn stars.
Penis Guesser?
Yeah.
I'm bad at names.
Well, if you play Penis Guesser, then you get better at names. People have like blogs where it's just you could identify whether somebody is European by this, if it bends 13 degrees.
That's not how. There's a really obvious way.
Oh, right. If he's got 3 testicles, then you know he's European.
Exactly. That's what the lady in Total Recall is based on. Where is he anyway? We look around frantically, but he's nowhere to be seen.
We've dealt with your lackeys, Camo. Show your...
I can't believe looking around for Camo didn't work. Raoul's eyes suddenly go wide, then close. His body goes limps and limped. I said it wrong twice. His body goes limp, collapsing to the floor. Dawn Hound! I feel a rush of cold air right next to my head and instinctively dodge out of the way. Whatever it is, it hits the ground like the crack of a whip. It's probably Camo's tail. Oh, it's a tongue.
Yeah.
It's a strong fucking tongue. It's the fucking new Lethal Company enemy. Gravel flies through the air as Camo reveals himself. His eyes are wild, focusing only on me. Do you know what's so peculiar about the tongue of a chameleon, Hound? It's got a bone in it. It's gross. Really gross.
Huh.
He leans back and his tongue retracts. I hear him chuckling as he flickers in and out of my view. We can extend them from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 1/100th of a second.
I don't know if that's true, but I've been wrong about 1 or 2 things before.
I think it's true
How
at the
fast.
I think it's true at the scale of a chameleon.
All right, so
because they launch their tongue like a little missile.
Yeah, chameleons' tongues can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 1/100th of a second. Reports Claire Asher for Science.
So that's the Google that they Googled when they wrote that line.
Yeah. And then, that's what pops up, and then there are probably 4 articles that are like, myth or some shit about chameleon tongues.
It's actually it all actually originates from a Snapple cap, actually.
Well, somebody will make a video essay about this. This sounds like an Austin McConnell video to me.
I remember the week where I watched those and then I stopped. I was like, oh.
He doesn't make them very often.
These are not great.
I like them. Yeah.
Can you imagine what speed and force like that would do to you? You'll shoot ropes. I don't want to find out. I certainly can. So that's it? You really want to steal things so bad you're willing to kill me for it? You don't know what it's like to be ignored, forgotten, different. They've taken everything from me. Why should I not be allowed to do the same? I do know what it's like. He takes a swing at me and I block with my forearm. From the corner of my eye, I look at Raoul. He isn't moving. All my life I've been different, up until a week ago. I didn't even know what I wanted to do or who I wanted to be. But there were people who helped me out and showed me I can change. That's when Lou and Dad just come up the stairs right now. I don't know if that was setting that up or not. Be better. You're just an ignorant child. He goes invisible again. Raven 3. What's his status? I cannot get read on target. I hear the crunch of gravel and dive out of the way as another invisible force impacts inches away from me, grazing my arm. It stings. I take a random swing, but I only catch air. He reappears a few meters in front of me. He starts shimmering again, but instead of disappearing, he simply changes color. We're doing a bit now? What the fuck?
Oh.
It's customized for his silhouette. You think you're so special. This face. Look at me. I'm a dumb pooch who can't even dress right, much less fight. Ooh, what the? Even his horns have spots. And I'm gonna slobber all the way to victory.
Damn.
Stop that. Stop that. Oh, okay. A true villain. This guy's pissing me off. Enough. I get ready to take out my grappling... I get ready to take out my grappling gun and aim. I don't even have time for that, as it disappears again. As if I'd let you. Some gravel flies up and I try to predict if he's gonna hit me from up close or from a distance. There's so much going on I can barely focus. He hits me again and I stagger forward. However, there is something. I catch a faint scent that stands out. Something vaguely floral. Hibiscus. Like the card. The briefest of moments later, and the smell intensifies. It's coming from my left. I put my arms up to the guard. I put my arms up to guard, and I managed to protect my head. This was foreshadowed. Not only with the card, the smell of the card, but also the fact that Alex has a way better sense of smell than apparently even Raoul does.
Oh yeah.
It's his superpower, maybe, I don't know. How? How did you do that? The chameleon silhouette becomes solid. He glares at me with contempt. He vanishes before I can answer. I remember Milo's training. About everything having strengths and weaknesses. Maybe my nose is the key to beating Camo. I can tell he's moving slowly. Next attack will be a big one. The smell of hibiscus changes subtly. There! I catch his fist with my elbow. I stretch out my arm and strike his face with the back of my hand. Ah! This can't be. How could you see that attack? I take a slow breath. I didn't. By the way, you should apply for a Huff Aromas brand. Unrelated. I get into a defensive stance for his next assault.
This video is sponsored by Scentbird. You can smell like hibiscus.
I don't expect you to have, but have you heard of Huff Aromas?
No, what is that?
It's a furry perfume brand.
Ooh.
But half the gimmick is that the smells are based on the fucking Bara characters, so they're not exactly, like, adorable.
Oh, okay. This website is website.
Yup. I don't. Someone mailed me Amicus's aroma from that because it's the character from Ad Astra. I don't know how much longer I can last.
I know, there he is.
I want to take him out as fast as I can. He's quick and he moves almost silently, but he can't mask his scent.
A commanding scent of white cedar, sage, and bay leaf, mingling with the distant happy memories of wet fur and lavender soap. Art by Haps. Anyway,
that is one of the that image created a crisis because everyone kept wanting to share the photo when it went around, not the photo, the art that he made in our Discord. And obviously we have rules against nudity, but everyone kept not noticing that his balls are out. Like it's subtle, but it's there, and that means you can't post it. Stop posting it.
Well, I will keep that in mind. I will add a red circle onto the balls.
For emphasis. For safety. Now no one will miss them. Alright, let's go back. He's quick and he moves almost silently, but he can't mask his scent. I've got him beat in strength. If I can land a few solid hits, I'll have him on the ropes. I see how it is. Fine. So be it. Once again, he's gone. I try to sniff him out, but the scent of hibiscus grows weaker and weaker. Take another swing, but there's nothing there. Shit. He figured it out. Probably keeping his distance now. Well, two can play at that game. Maybe I can use my grappling gun somehow. I dodged backwards. I have no idea what you're gonna do with that.
I don't know where he's going with it.
Just fire in random directions without a clue. It's like, meanwhile, range is where he's got his advantage because he's got his tongue attack. I dodge backwards, his next strike missing my leg by the tiniest margin and hitting the gravel at my feet. Did he just lick the ground? Gross.
Yeah.
The attack. This attack is exclusively for licking men. The attacks just keep coming. I can't grab the grappling gun if I'm stuck having to avoid him. You said you were getting ready earlier. You're so bad at drawing a thing that's just on your hip. Is it on your hip? Where do you keep the grappling gun? At a certain point, I try to step back once more, only to find nothing there. Without realizing it, I've scurried to the edge of the roof. He's got me right where he wants me. Raven 3, help! I close my eyes, praying to all the deities I know the name of that somehow. Oh. Praying to all the deities that I know the names of that somehow Raoul is waking up. Raoul will wake up. I did not know where the sentence was going, so I was like completely lost it at first.
You got garden pathed.
You know, that somehow Milo will burst through the door. Duskhound. End of the line, dog. No. He knocked the Ahab out of him. It's going everywhere. The chameleon
Milo is like, what is liquid? Why is their whole swimming pool unsealing now? I cannot move. It is up to shin.
Is Dalmatian Lodger on inside? The chameleon flickers.
Like, I was saving that.
No. The chameleon flickers back into my field of view right as his tongue hits my chest like a bullet. And I fall right over the edge. Oh, that's not good. You're supposed to not do that. Good thing you have a grappling hook, right? Well, that's falling through the wind noises. That's not a good sound. A freezing wind rushes past me. Its deafening howl. All that I hear as I attempt to stop myself any way I can. My stomach's in my throat. My heart's pounding. I shoot the grappling gun at the roof, but it doesn't reach. Its cord falls, as do I. I'm not getting out of this. After all the dumb fucking luck it's taken to get this far, this is it? Fuck. Fuck!
I understand.
Yeah. Relatable feelings.
Yeah, really.
For a moment, time stands still. And then another moment, and I realize that I have time control powers. In that
He's just having a millennial panic while falling off of this building.
Millennial pause IRL. In that moment, suspended in midair, I think of Lou. As the rooftop grows more distant, I think of Willem. I think of Dad. I think of Mom. Raoul. Milo. My vision gets blurry. I don't want to die. Please don't let me die. Don't let me die. Dad.
For the first time in the game, a dialogue pops up and you can choose die or not die.
Shoot, user. Don't let me die, user. Does the grappling hook didn't work? Maybe someone saves him, but also maybe he just lands in the river, the canal.
Maybe is it going to be Ahab, the one person you didn't think about?
He just whale breaches the surface and just catches him out of the air comically.
he cushions him with like a little of water.
Stupid. Dad, Mom.
What's that sound I hear? Oh, that ain't good.
Wait, bad end. Hang on a minute. Chapter just ends there.
Cool. So, you have come back to me.
I have
It's
no
probably
idea.
Ahab, but I'm gonna give him this voice because it's hilarious.
The air returns to my lungs all at once, knocking the wind right out of me again. I roll to my side and retch. Nothing comes out.
You're quite out of sorts, aren't you?
Wayne? I sit up, open my eyes. Might as well have kept them closed. I can't see a damn thing.
Aren't you going to speak? You were so talkative when last I saw you.
You're the voice from before. And that means... I sniff the air. Oh, it's the voice from the TV dream thing?
I don't remember.
That was way back in like...
That was yeah.
I think you technically only get home in episode 2, so I think it's when we're on the couch and we fall asleep watching TV at one point.
I really don't remember that.
Yeah, and there's like a weird, some kind of vision type thing with a character or something. So yeah, whatever voice you're picking for this, it's gonna be a commitment, I think.
Alright, that's fine.
I don't think it's a temp voice. I sniff the air.
Okay, that's fine.
Sure enough, there's that stench. The sound of footsteps, of dripping water.
Truth be told, I wasn't expecting you so soon.
The voice shifts in pitch and cadence, like a radio trying to find the right channel.
Does he talk like the G-Man?
Mr. Freeman? Yeah. It's kind of beckoning at two different things. So Echo is full of horror entities that kind of sound like static and radio signals, but also like during various deaths, the protagonist of Ad Astra encounters like a dragon in space called the Monitor, and this kind of evokes both of these at once.
And by falling from a skyscraper, no less. A rather awful way to go, really. My apologies.
What the hell happened? I was up there. Now I'm...
Hey, you're dead. I'm afraid.
dead.
Very much so. You took quite the tumble there.
The accompanying chuckle sounds like nails on a chalkboard. No. You're joking. I can't be dead. I can't be. I clutch my head. My hands are cold, stiff.
Don't be afraid. Death comes for us all eventually. One of the few certainties we have in life. That and taxes. Okay, I thought they were setting up for that. Though for you it came tragically early.
Like taxes. Raoul's still up there. If I'm dead, then what's gonna happen to him? What's gonna happen to my friends? To my family?
That I cannot tell you. I cannot see the future clear as crystal, nor do I decide it. Linger here, and you will meet them soon enough.
This is where everyone goes when they die? Like, some sort of heaven?
I am afraid this is not anything, Alex de Ruyter. It is neither heaven nor hell.
This place merely is.
Some kind of limbo.
Oh, that's a really good name. I should keep that one. Thank you for the suggestion. Of sorts, yes. A crypt far below the surface at the heart of this world. Far older than the city you call home. Far older even than the creatures that live on your world. And it will remain here just the same until the last tree has shed its last leaf. At least, that is how it was supposed to be until you arrived here and threw off the time streams. Things are shifting in your world. The prophecy of Ahab's whale sperm has just... the gravitational force of that amount of cum threw off the balance of nature. Becoming less stable.
You weren't supposed to fall off that building. It was all leaning slightly to the left now.
Even I find my existence threatened.
What
the fuck is happening?
I know. It's a bit of a moment. What even are you?
They really ratcheted up the stakes in this story out of nowhere.
It's just reality's ending or something.
Yeah, okay, cool. I am everything you know. Your kind built their city upon my carcass, and my blood runs through its every vein. I grant it life. In turn, the creatures living in it sustained me.
You eat people?
Yes. You would think me so cruel?
I mean, you are a scary voice in an empty void. And if what you're saying is true, it's like, I cook people. I eat meat. I can't even get the word died past my lips.
You see, people is the English word, and meat is the French word. So, anyway, their hope is what sustains me. Their belief, their desire for a better future. I am the Republican Party. I consume all of these things. It is a mutually beneficial relationship.
So that's what you were talking about last time.
Ah, you remember.
One of us.
The city needs hope if it is to survive. I need it. We both shall surely perish without. It might not seem it, but it is dwindling as we speak. I can only do so much to aid its recovery. So I would ask for your help to change fate, to save your Jesus Christ, the stakes of the story just exploded.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
But
I know what you're about to say. That, you're dead, that you cannot change anything. Part of you still thinks this is a hallucination, some vague dying dream taking over your failing mind as you bleed out on the pavement.
admit on me. I'm dying.
But I assure you, it is not. Were it left up to fate, you would indeed remain a broken heap at the bottom of that skyscraper, soul forever shut in this decaying tomb. That wouldn't do. You are still of use to me. I need an agent of sorts, a blunt instrument, if you will, a stupid guy. To do whatever I ask.
Could use a blunt instrument.
Yeah. Those are legal in Amsterdam. Do you wish to live, Alex de Royke?
More than anything, given it's the everything.
Then you shall, as many times as it takes.
Oh.
That being said, every time you go back, you have to start over again as a baby, so it takes a little while. Do take care not to fall this time around.
It's like a superpower, but exclusively for you. It's not helpful to anyone.
Yeah.
I lurch forward, surrounded by a circle of blinding lights that speed past me as though I'm in a long tunnel. Something pulls me along, faster and faster, and soon, the lights become a blur. Then it stops, just as quickly as it began, leaving me in total darkness. So no, Ahab did not comically save him from the canal.
Yeah, well...
The guy can dream.
Far be it for me to have not predicted fucking God to come in.
I mean, I was there. I was
him.
also imagining the best CG ever. Duskhound. That voice. I open my eyes, despite having no memory of closing them. I'm back on the roof somehow. What the hell? End of the line, dog. Camo appears right in front of me, just as he did before I fell, except this time, his voice feels much more sinister. I have no time to think as that tongue lashes at me, again, hitting me just as it did before, sending me flying over the edge. Whoops.
Welcome back, Alex.
Really? Already?
Third time's the charm with you, apparently.
Maybe I should pick someone who remembers names. Except this time, acting on pure instinct, I take hold of it.
God, that's like an SNES boss, right? Like you grab its tongue and then you like flick it around. You like body slam it, swinging it by the tongue.
Just start Hulk smashing Loki, basically. What are you what are you doing? Thank God it's sticky enough for me not to lose my grip when he retracts it again. What did he say? 0 to 60 miles an hour in 100th of a second? Let's see what that force does to the body. I don't know if it retracts that fast. As it speeds up, I brace myself and extend my foot. Unfortunately, I was swallowed.
Nice
Unfortunately, I was
drawing.
swallowed on impact.
Oh man, this is good art right here.
Yo,
That's sick.
how the fuck do you draw? So hard.
Well, you start with the beginning of the owl, and then you fuck the rest of it.
Draw a circle. Now finish the owl. With incredible force, it collides with its face so hard it knocks him to the ground. Which ground? The dead ground or the ground that's here? Okay. Its color changes rapidly, like a system bugging out. I let go of the slimy appendage, glad to be on solid ground again, and watch it hang out of his mouth once I clamber off of him. Ew. Not even going back on a reflex. Dawn Hound. I rush on over to the boss, who's slumped over near the stairwell. I'm so glad you're okay.
I wouldn't say that quite yet. I'll definitely be feeling this in the morning. By the way, did you... I met some dude who sent me back to life. It was kind of weird. We were in a void for a little while. You know anything about that?
We're death buddies.
If you're here, does that mean we got him?
We did, in the end.
Good job, Spot.
I'm proud of you. Mind helping me up?
I pull him up to his feet, and together we walk on over to the chameleon, who's slowly coming to. I was worried he'd try to get away, but it seems he's given up on that happening.
You're coming with us, criminal. It's time to answer for everything you've done.
The chameleon casts his eyes to the side. I hear a sob. I only wanted them to see that I exist. To see what they did to me. I look off the ledge. I look off to the edge of the building where I fell and take a deep breath. I should be angry, furious, but instead I'm just exhausted. Wondering if it was even real. I understand, but this isn't the way to go about it. I'm sure you know that too, Camo. Hey, you remembered. At last. How could I forget? You said it like 20 times. Maybe it was a bit further than 3rd time's the charm. Fool me 19 times. Shame on, well...
Me. Just me. I'll own it.
I'll own it. Shame on Bird. The third party.
No. That's not what I meant.
Third party, shame on Bird.
No.
For one, I can't remember names. I extend a hand. He looks at it and slowly raises his own to take it. Just imagining, I just have a card like the Joker about like my struggle, and I hand it out to people and I don't remember their name, and it just says that Bird takes full responsibility. I didn't think it was possible, but the Han is somehow even more crowded than it was this afternoon. I tried to carve a way through all the people, Raoul, Milo, and Fenna following close behind me. It's difficult to find a seat for the 4 of us. Our fault for only getting there during happy hour, I guess. Eventually we managed to find a corner. I wouldn't call it private, but it'll have to do. I hope Raoul can handle it. You doing okay, boss?
After today's events, this is nothing. I'm glad you could join us after all, Miss Fenna.
I'm delighted to. With the gown back in its rightful place, I can relax at long last. Glad Camo was at least willing to give us the location of the storage unit he'd put the rest of the gown in. Would have hated to show up to Fenna's doorstep with what was essentially the Money Talks bathing suit.
Yeah.
And there's someone here I wanted to see.
Fenna! Awesome, you made it!
Lou is that friend you have that everyone likes more than you?
I don't have one of those. No. I don't have any friends at all.
Checkmate, atheists. Ah, speak of the devil. The feeling is mutual, Lou. Why, you look so dashing.
Couldn't let Willie and Mrs. De Bruyne hog all the spotlight now, could I? And what about you guys? Did everything go alright? I saw what happened.
You saw?
Are you kidding me? It was all over TV and the internet. People are already trying to figure out who you guys are.
I knew I shouldn't have gotten up on that stage.
I didn't expect us to gain traction this fast.
Shouldn't be a problem, right? I mean, as long as nobody else figures out, it's us. I'm immediately pulled aside by and come face to face with Willem. Al, was that you up on that bloody stage?
I can't get over it.
It's fine. It's just gonna be the suspicious Texan that uses a lot of Cockney words for some reason. Me? No, I mean, no, of course not. What stage? Stage? Is that a French word?
What? Oh.
You can't fool me, Al. I've seen those spots more times than I can count, and I count pretty bloody high. What were you doing? What were you wearing? I sigh and rub my forehead. At least it's so noisy you can't really pick out our conversation. Lou takes Fenna aside, the two of them heading to the bar. Please tell me Dad doesn't know.
I was just reading that apparently chickens can count to the number 5, according to poultryworld.net.
How do you find that out? By Googling.
And then it's probably, if I just keep looking, it's probably like, myth, chickens can't count at all.
Wow. Come to our Glory Hounds Let's Play for more animal facts. There's been 2 so far. 3.
We're not sure if they're facts.
2 today and 3 overall. The other one was about the whales coming 50 million calories or whatever.
That one was an actual fact, unfortunately.
That was hard science. Throbbing science.
They call that cleaning, huh?
And the worst kept secret in town award goes to? Dad, listen, I can explain.
Oh, I'm expecting an explanation, all right. I'm hearing all this talking about a thief getting taken down at the convention center, and supposedly the one responsible is my own kid. Mr. Rooij, I apologize. I don't want to hear another damn word out of your mouth, Ray, if that even is your name.
Raoul lowers his head, seemingly unable to respond.
Alex, do you have any idea how dangerous this little stunt of yours was? You could have gotten hurt out there. For God's sake, you could have died.
I know. After tonight, after that fall, that strange dream, I know it better than anyone. But still.
In fact, if you did die, you might have run into Kevin, the god who sends you back to life. He's cursed our family for generations.
Everyone just already knows Kevin.
What do I even tell your mother?
I take a deep breath. That I'm happy. They managed to frame this like a coming out in a story about already gay people.
Yeah.
Dad looks like he's about to blow a gasket.
What?
You tell her that I'm happy. All my life I've been feeling like I've just been waiting for it to start, you know? I was always so jealous of you and Mom. You got to drive a fire truck every day. You guys were heroes.
You're
and now,
Dalmatian. You live to drive fire trucks by cartoon logic.
I don't know if I realized that they're both firemen. And now,
Who?
for the mom and dad.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And now, for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm doing something that actually matters too. That people will remember me for. Anonymously. Pseudo-anonymously. Dad groans. Come on, Dad. I want to help people. Like you did.
I'm not sure I can let you do this.
I'm not sure you can stop me. Why? Because you think I can't do it?
Yes. Also because I don't want to lose you.
Oh my god! I forgot who even voiced Mrs. De Bruyne.
I think it was you.
Let's see,
Don't be too hard on him, Baron dearie.
Mrs. De Bruyne is so tiny I didn't even realize she was standing right next to us. How?
Aw, sweetie. I never got to thank you for everything you did for me.
She looks over at Raoul.
And you as well, Mr. Dawn Hound.
What?
The two of you may have left quite the mess in my store, but if you had not been there, I am not sure I would be standing here with you tonight.
Maria.
He looks like he wants to say more, but it seems like the words are catching in his throat.
You've raised a wonderful young man, Baron. One who is not afraid to risk his life to keep other people safe.
She pokes him with her tiny fingers.
Much like someone else we know.
But that's different.
Is it really so different?
Yeah, it's pretty damn different.
No one tries to kill me at work.
What did you always tell me back in the day? A-cab? Whenever I asked why you worked such a dangerous job.
Because
He furrows his brows.
Because if I can help save lives, if I can help even one person out of danger, then it's all worth it.
I love that for this expression, they drew his brow as a squiggle.
I can't see it.
It's got a little loop in the middle.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
It's drawn like a little squiggle across as the dumb goofy face. Yeah. They exchange a look. The old bat is smiling from ear to ear.
It would sound to me that you have taught him well.
Lou and Fenna walk back over, no doubt having watched this for a while.
She's right, you know.
You bet you thought you'd seen the cap on how many sprites you could put on the screen. I'll have you know.
Turns out Renpie can go up to 30 sprites. Alex did kinda sorta save me at the gallery, too.
30 sprites is approximately 30,000 calories.
There's a knowing look in Lou's eye that says they're happily omitting the part where I dragged them there in the first place. And then there's the gown. Something that objectively doesn't matter. He died for it. He managed to retrieve a priceless
gown.
he managed to retrieve a priceless artifact, mostly in one piece. It was just a little bit like, oh, don't know if this is worth it, Alex. You literally died for a thing. That's what the stakes were at the time.
He died for capitalism.
Yeah,
okay?
It's like, oh no, you weren't even saving anyone. Not only that, but he helped to prevent the syndicate from taking anything else. You guys, this is the worst 7. This is the worst secret identity ever. Milo, who's been quietly observing us all this time, steps in as well. He bows to Dad.
Mr. Deroy, I will be first to tell you I had doubts that Alex was up to task. When we first met, he lacked discipline, lacked focus, he lacked conviction,
Yep,
he lacked any semblance of common sense.
Oh, you know him well.
These things have not changed, but... Gee, thanks.
However, he has grown tremendously in past week. He has demonstrated courage on more than a few occasions. He is quick-witted, resourceful, adaptable, packing.
And the best damn sidekick anyone could ask for. And he does look good in rubber.
Still not rubber.
I want so badly to chime in, but I can't keep my lips from trembling. Sam slams his fist on the table and exhales.
He's my boy. I'm sure you understand. I wouldn't know what to do with myself if... Just keep him safe, you hear?
If I must, I will give my life to protect your son. It will be difficult to do over radio, but this is a solemn promise I make to you.
Oh, you don't need to go that far. He's part of a litter.
And so will I.
Dad's expression softens as he turns to me.
To be honest, There's a light in your eyes I haven't seen in a few years, son. Bah.
He points at me and Raoul both.
Fine. You have my blessing. If you want to be a bunch of glory hounds that bad, so be it.
He said the thing, he said the thing.
But don't you dare go dying on me, or there will be hell to pay.
Oh, they were doing a bit earlier. Doesn't narrow it down, but when they were talking, when they had the dumb, they couldn't come up with a name.
Oh.
Because presumably it's leading up to them realizing that they should call themselves the Glory Hounds because it's the name of the fucking game.
Yeah, so he's gonna leave. Lou is just gonna say it instead.
Yeah.
Alright. Wait! That's it!
Huh?
Your team name, the Glory Hounds. Copyright not 19, so I'll tell you that much. 2019. I like the sound of that.
You do know that term usually has negative connotations, right?
It does?
Yeah.
Glory hounds?
Yeah. Because you're there to hound the glory. Hounding being like hoarding or like take, like it's not a positive word, hounding.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
It's like being it's like a showboat.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, what a splendid idea, Lou. No mention of Crow, but it will do. Well, I guess I can't complain either if Milo and the boss are on board.
That's what we'll be called from now on, then. Thank you for the suggestion, Mr. Rooij.
You want to thank me? Thank me with some royalties down the line, you hear?
That can certainly be arranged.
I think he's joking, Raymond.
Oh.
We all laugh. Laughs in Southern Cockney. Well, I can't say I'm entirely comfortable with you fighting blokes out there, but if you're certain... Stop laughing at me. I gotta get to the line.
No, he's just got totally fucked over. Way, like as soon as you pick the voice and you're like, okay, I guess we have to roll with this forever.
Far be it from me to stop you. Thanks, Willie. With this new job of yours, I'm expecting you to get a hard start in paying your tab. Okay? Lighten up, Al. How's about a round from me? I'd like that.
Make it double. We're doing shots tonight, baby.
Dad, I'm not sure that's a good... Woo! How do you woo as Milo? I don't know how to talk. I can't. Woo. Shots. Woo. I look at the crow.
It's more of a sound. Yeah.
What? It's time to celebrate, yes? Just imagining voicing them
And then
like
there was 10.
I am quiet and restrained the entire game, and then wow! You're just like, ah!
It's full bird.
Crow! I am glad the festive mood has returned. That reminds me, Mrs. De Bruyne. What happened to your store after the robbery last week? None of us checked.
If there's anything we can do to help, be it pay for damages or help with repairs.
She waves it off.
Not to worry, dears, not to worry. It's all been settled. Water under the bridge, which incidentally we have here.
How?
Mr. Ahab stopped by earlier and repaired my window all by himself.
Oh my gosh.
He didn't try to pull anything, did he?
That ass really is magical.
Pull anything?
He
I
fucked
am not
the evil
sure
out
what.
of him.
Pull anything? I'm not sure what that phrase means.
Me neither. Oh, man. Did you call the cops on him?
I saw no need. He seemed terribly sorry about what happened and paid for all the ruined merchandise. He was very cordial. From what you'd expect from someone I saw described as a hardened criminal. Oh, far from what you'd expect.
Yeah.
Seems like the Ahab I know. He really is more than just good looks and a criminal record. What does that mean?
Okay. And then God shows up next, like, thank you for inviting me, Willem.
It is I, Kevin.
I heard that you all were doing shots.
Yeah, that's where there was a suspicious gap left in the group. For God.
Anyway.
It's like when you make a reservation. It's like when you make a reservation for 3. You, your date, and Jesus. With everyone
Somebody's got to consent.
With everyone in good spirits, the party continues for a couple more hours. Mrs. De Bruyne leaves to go tend to her store, though. More alcohol starts getting involved. After she leaves, more alcohol gets more involved. That's that sentence that makes sense. Dad ends up so shit-faced, Lou and Willem drag him outside for a bit to just stop him from showing Raoul more of my baby pictures. Once Fennan goes to join them, Milo, Raoul, and I are left alone at the bar.
I love this "where are they now" scene here.
We gotta transition. The rest of the crowd's dispersed by now, and I can finally hear myself think. No matter how hard I try to focus on other things, though, my thoughts continue to circle back to what happened on the rooftop. To whatever the hell that voice was. I should tell them about it, right? No, I shouldn't. They think I'm crazy. But maybe they can at least help me make sense of it, because I sure as hell don't know what any of that was about. After downing a cocktail, Milo personally directed Willem to make for all of us, and intentionally robbing myself of my better judgment, I decided to spill the beans. They look at me with a mixture of confusion and amazement as I start describing it all in detail. Raoul gets knocked out. Oh. Raoul getting knocked out, the fall from the building, the feeling of my body hitting the ground. I thought that was Raoul got knocked out in response because the dad's response to finding out that he died.
Yep.
The strange voice, as well as what it told me. As more and more words passed my lips, the feeling that I've been repressing since we left the convention center came to the forefront. My voice gets shakier with every sentence. Am I hearing this correctly? You died? I don't really know how to explain it. It felt like a fever dream.
Oh, that's the automated resurrection thing I drilled into your brain when you weren't looking. Yeah, don't ask any questions about that. I'm sure I'd have remembered you getting knocked off the roof in any case.
Can you repeat what happened after? I was in this strange place. It felt like a void. A place that wasn't fully physical, deep underground. Then a voice called out to me. One I'm sure I'd heard before in some weird dreams.
What kind of voice?
I couldn't really place it. It didn't really sound like anyone I'd heard before. Like anything I'd heard before. Gilbert Gottfried. It said all these things to me about the city needing hope, and about me having a role to play in all of it. Looks I get from Milo and Raoul are more than a little quizzical. Believe me, I don't fully get it either, but right after that is when it happened. I was back on the roof, as if I'd gone back in time. The moment Camo sent me flying flashed before my eyes again. That deja vu was just enough for me to act on it and...
Change your fate?
You had the chance to change your fate? Would you? I guess.
Would.
Yeah. Would. Easy call. Would like to not die, please. I find this hard to believe. It is not rational. You may have hit head harder than you thought.
I don't know, Milo. Maybe he's right.
Sir?
I don't know about precognitive visions. I don't even... I'm surprised I know those words.
But I want to believe that what Alex experienced was real. Whether it was a dream or not, I can't say. Countering such an attack without any kind of forewarning, though.
He has been lucky before. Oh god, how many times have I died? I'm not crazy, Milo. I know what I saw. I do not think you are crazy, Duskhound, but I do worry. Combat can lead to traumatic injuries. Milo takes a long pause, his face contorting into a grimace. Milo? He snaps out of it and gives me a smile that feels just a tad forced. And you have taken many severe beatings in past 2 days. I am merely concerned for your safety. I made promise to your father, after all. I'm telling the truth. Some weird shit is going on, or it's gonna happen soon. I suggest focusing on healing for now. We can discuss events later. You're not listening. If I may interject. Fenna! Oh, dear, my apologies for frightening you. I came back inside a little while ago. It got rather chilly out. What about Lou? They seem rather preoccupied with your father. He's telling them some very unique stories. I'd like to hear a little more about that experience you described. Only if you promise not to tell Lou or my dad. Of course, whatever you say stays between us. You believe this story, Miss Fenna? I'm a bit skeptical, to be honest, but it does sound intriguing, Mimi. Do not call me that. I'm somewhat of a specialist when it comes to local folklore. Believe it or not, Schippersburg has a rich history that stretches back hundreds upon hundreds of years.
Wow.
You'll find, like, a European city is old? You'll find no shortage of stories, real or fantastical. So I take it this reminds you of something? You mentioned a place deep underground, yes? There's a story, more of a legend really, that states that this city was built on top of a vast network of catacombs. How vast are we talking?
How was that a legend? What, you can confirm that?
Look, just go down a bit.
Yeah, what?
Far larger than the city itself. That's freaking gigantic. All dead people? She tilts her head. A confused smile appears on her face, like a parent trying to find the best way to explain something to a toddler. Dead people are often found in catacombs, yes. It's just a local horror tale, though. There's been numerous excavations in the area, and while many ancient relics were uncovered, they found no catacombs. I don't quite know where the story came from to begin with. Maybe they just didn't dig deep enough. Perhaps. I think it's thrilling, you know. The possibility there's something out there, much larger than ourselves, something we can never hope to understand. Someone should make a genre about that. One that's full of hope and optimism.
Sounds rather scary to me.
Same. The Fenna seems to treat everything with the same excitement as when the Syndicate locked her in the broom closet. Ah, everyone! The door opens. Lou and Willem come in, Dad hanging off their shoulders. We will have to resume our conversation another time, Mr. DeRoy.
And then I said, I ain't monkeying around.
I'm not trying to keep you, but I also can't tell if this is ending in 30 seconds or 30 minutes.
We can keep going for a bit.
All right.
Yeah, real funny, Baron. Baron. This is the first time I've had to say this character's name.
They shoot me a pleading look. He's that far gone, huh?
I think that triple shot at the end was the one that did it.
What you talking about, kiddo? I'm still standing.
Yeah, I'll take him home. You need me to drive you, Duskhound? I'll be fine, as long as he doesn't vomit on me.
I'll come with.
Ooh, I will join you as well. For the doxing. A walk will do me some good after all that wine.
Okay, I don't know where this is fucking going. Maybe we just call this here.
What about you, Master Raymond? My controller didn't turn on. There it is.
I'll stay here a little while longer, Milo. If you don't mind, you can go on ahead without me.
Are you certain?
I think I can get home on my own from here. Don't worry, I'll cover the tab.
Really? My surprise is mostly feigned. I know it's probably a drop in the large bucket for him, but the others don't.
It's the least I can do. You all have a good night. We'll reconvene, French, in the morning. We can call it the first official meeting of the Glory Hounds. Glory Hounds.
I have to sing the entire Glory, Glory, Hallelujah song in that voice. He hiccups and pumps his fist. Okay, see you tomorrow.
Have a safe trip. The end.
The background joke is that we took a few days off because we couldn't tell how much game was left, so we're back in a separate session.
Nice place you have here, Willem.
I don't know which voice he's doing. Thank you kindly for helping me with the cleaning, too.
I'd feel bad letting you do all the work while I sit and enjoy my drink. That's literally how being a customer works. Okay. Why? I always get the heebie-jeebies when Milo does it.
Ah, the Russ fella. You boys go back a long time?
About 23 years. We met while I was abroad.
Back when I was abroad.
It fit the game, honestly.
I see. Well, we've got a bit of a worldly man here.
Of sorts. Ha ha.
I definitely just didn't stare at my character for another 5 seconds, forgetting that I was voicing him.
It was a millennial pause, we'll say. Really though, he's been indispensable in my life. Helps keep me focused. I don't know where I'd be without him. Oh?
Al seems pleased as punch with both of you as well. I haven't seen him grinning like that in a long while.
It's been great to get to know him. He's a bright fellow with a good heart. Where do these go?
Oh, in that cupboard right over there.
Oh, okay. Got it. He's moving stuff.
Yes.
It's painting a picture with words.
He's not like, where's heart is.
Yeah. Thanks.
Gotta say, you don't look half as nervous as you did when you walked in here this afternoon.
I suppose. It's easier now that I've had some time to adjust. I can see why Alex likes it here. You really look after your own.
Also, I got beat up today. Way I figure.
Also, I'm drunk.
When the world's as bloody, uncertain and mean as it is, it's my way of fighting back, you know? A lot of times a person shows up on my doorstep without a place to go, without a place to call home. Their parents kicked them out of the house. They lost their jobs. Their friends are talking behind their backs.
Oh.
Just for being them. And they can't choose who they are. They can't choose who they love. They certainly don't deserve to be treated like shite for that.
Oh, spit that shit.
I want to give.
Are they lying? Hell no.
I want to give folks like that a place to call home. A place where no one judges them. Where they can be themselves. May not always understand where they're coming from, but that don't mean I can't open my heart and a home to them. Know what I mean?
That is really sweet of you.
I'm no good at solving problems with my fists like you. I solve them by listening, by talking, by showing kindness. We both got the same goal, yeah? To make this world just a little bit better to live in.
That we do.
Truth be told, there's times I wish I could do more. So many folks need saving, and well, sorry for going all heavy on you. That's the last of the cleaning done. No need to pay your tab. I think everything you've done more than makes up for it.
That won't do. Here. This should cover everything, I reckon. No, he's talking like
$4,000.
That should cover everything, I reckon.
I reckon. Bloody hell. It's several months worth of revenue at least. Ain't seen so many 100-euro bills in my bloody life.
And my phone number.
Just write out your phone number in the amount section of the check.
It turns out this €1, the ID number on it is also my phone number, and I've been hanging on to it for years.
For this one move.
If there's anything you need made, anything you need paid, give me a call.
I can't accept this.
Like you said, I think everything you've done more than makes up for it.
Are you certain? Thank you. Oh, thank you. You're wonderful.
I want to help you make Schippersburg a better place for all of us.
Us?
Yeah.
You mean to say you're gay too?
I honestly don't know what I am in that regard. I never really thought about it before. I was always too busy. Is that strange?
Strange? Of course it isn't. You're welcome here no matter what. Always know that. Now come here. Sprite hug, where you just kind of bounce on each other.
Wasn't expecting a hug.
Gonna be picking the sequins out of my teeth for weeks. The glitter, I meant to say.
It's same difference.
You come here. You come here, you're gonna get hugs. If you plan on visiting more often, you gotta learn to deal with that.
You know, I just might. Thank you, Willem.
And then the Fire Nation attacked. My name's Alex Rooij. I'm 28 years old, completely and utterly single. I don't know, not that completely.
Yeah.
I'm just your average Dalmatian working a not-so-average job. I live in Schippersburg, the capital of Batavia, where the weather is never just right and we always find something to complain about. But it's home, and it's my job to protect it. My boss is the masked hero known as the Dawn Hound, and I'm his sidekick. With our talents combined, we thwart the many evildoers that threaten our fair city. Or two. Sound crazy? Hell, a little over a week ago I would have told you the same. But I've already taken down a gang of pirate mobsters and an invisible fashionista. Honest. You can call me Duskhound. And together we are...
Let's see it. The splash art. The splash art. It's just the logo. All right.
It's a logo, but with the
Somebody
flashbang
once
white
told
background. One of the funniest details about the update that Elden Ring got is that when the DLC came out, they updated the Bandai Namco logo to finally have a black background instead of a white one, so it doesn't go every time it launches.
So it doesn't flashbang you when you start the game.
Issue 3.
I hated that.
It was brutal. Ta-da!
Well,
and that's all of the Glory Hounds so far.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me to this visual novel experience. This is the
been fun.
third VN I've ever played, and certainly the most actually traditional VN. I mean, previously I played Doki Doki Literature Club, and then
You
Slay
started
the
at the Subversion, so it made no sense.
Yep, and then I played Slay the Princess. So this is the first VN.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It was a pleasant experience.
They went all in on this one. That's a lot of people.
It was really cool also to jump into the middle of like a established project. As well. I really appreciated that they have like these references to their own other work and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. I don't know. I could see myself playing more VNs after this introduction. Like I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I get why people like this stuff. I think this is great.
It's slightly insane how many names I recognize.
I mean, it's a very prolific project. I found myself going through their wiki and like just reading up a little bit about like who was involved with this one and how much they came from like Echo and stuff like that, which I thought was it's interesting. It's really interesting to see this. It's a community, you know.
Yeah, no, Echo's worth a read for upsetting horror. And I've already heard a couple hints about the next chapter, so that's already being worked on. So we'll see when chapter 4 is out, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
After
this
these,
felt like an entire arc unto itself, though. Like these
the first three
felt like
chapters,
they really went together.
It was the perfect place to like hop on and run out of stuff to do.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more. But you have to wait. That's the poor part of the sentence. Just wait.
Oh.
Continue waiting. You have to wait.
Is this going to be an episodic thing that actually releases in a reasonable amount of time, as opposed to like 3 years from now we get part 4?
I think it's been like one a year. Okay. Specifically, when I visited you in PAX, I think they were. That's when I did the Let's Try, and it aired, and that was around the time chapter 2 was coming out.
Okay, so that was like what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, so like 3 would have been last year, and 4 was this year or something.
Okay, that's interesting.
It's a decent cadence.
Yeah, with how much like work goes into these.
So, there's definitely projects that go faster, but those projects have way less art. This was intense.
I appreciated it. I still think back on like that one painting of like Ahab and Alex together, you know, when we were talking about the whale come. But it just but it was like, legitimately really
like
good
a romance painting.
It was so good. It's just a shame we were talking about this.
A Renaissance painting, I meant to say. Yeah. That was the peak of the entire
really
series.
Beautiful.
That's my favorite. My favorite thing about furry is the juxtaposition of extremely high talent at display while you are talking about the dumbest possible thing.
I know.
That's just the vibe. Like
it's great.
Like it's like watching the most talented dancers you've ever seen at the dance competitions at each con, but they're dressed as like a Google-eyed cat. And you're like, there you go.
I think, like I've said once or twice, I feel like the furry community is like the highest concentration of talent I've ever seen in a community. It's not even close. Like how much talent is condensed into like furry fandom. And you know, it's really cool. I've always thought it was really cool. And this is just yet another thing that I look at and I'm like, damn, furry's got the sauce.
But yeah, if you just found us for Glory Hounds, you can check out the playlist section or the search bar of my channel, and you can find full playthroughs of Ad Astra, Echo, Arches, Password, Before You Depart, Glory Hounds, and how much of Null Way Home exists so far, because that's the first thing I've covered that isn't complete, and I guess the second thing, this is the second thing I've covered that isn't technically over. And I'm probably gonna start doing that more because the average development cycle of a visual novel happens to be a window longer than how long ago the craze of making visual novels started. So most of them, almost none of them, are finished. See you guys next time. And also, Birdcatcher is Birdcatcher on YouTube.
Yeah, thank you.
There's a link somewhere.
Last minute shout out.
Yeah. I forget that people don't know the people that are in like a video every week for the last 10 years.
No, it's fine.
It's fine. I just take my friendships for granted, and goodbye. We're gonna go stream something else now. Bye.
Bye.